Here is your full script without headings, exactly as requested. The same detailed 1,000-word overview, clean and continuous, no section titles. Open. Cinematic synth swell, drone shot pulling in. Post on camera, upbeat. Hey everyone. Welcome back. Today we're doing a two-car feature. One's a blisteringly aggressive Toyota GT concept direction for 2025, the GT Super, and the other is the long-distance touring legend updated for 2026, the Honda Gold Wing. We'll focus on what they look like, exterior styling language, key design features, and the color choices that change the whole personality. Let's dive. Post voiceover over B-roll of GT Super prototype, Supra images. First up, the Toyota GT Super. This car is still in the concept prototype phase. Toyota has been actively testing front-engine GT prototypes through 2025, showing how a front mid-engine performance halo could sit in Toyota's lineup. What that means for the street version is a design that reads like a race car that learned to be civilized on the road. B-roll. Slow 3/4 exterior sweep, low front lip close-up, wheel arches. Post on camera, pointing at car render. Key exterior cues. A very low, wide nose with large intakes and a sculpted bumper to feed big cooling hardware. A long, muscular bonnet that visually balances the short cabin. Aggressively flared fenders over big wheels, and a pronounced rear diffuser and wing or integrated spoiler for downforce. Those details turn the GT Super into a car that looks planted, purposeful, and ready for a track day. B-roll. Close-ups, headlights, vent details, side skirts. Post voiceover. Lighting is used as a signature. Slim LED strips and a thin DRL profile accentuate the width. Look for layered apertures in the front bumper and purposeful venting along the flanks to visually shrink the mass and emphasize motion even when the car is standing still. Cut to color turntable animation for GT Super. Post on camera. Now, color. With performance cars like this, small changes in paint can completely flip the perceived personality. Dark matte grays and stealth blacks emphasize the car's brutal, predator look. Brilliant metallic blues or racing reds highlight curves and give a more classic motorsport feel. And two-tone treatments, a black roof or carbon fiber bonnet against a bright body color, are perfect for accenting the GT Super's layered surfacing. B-roll. Show variations, matte gray, British racing green style, vivid blue, red with black roof. Post voiceover. Wheel finishes and accent trims matter almost as much as paint. Satin bronze or gloss black wheels, contrasting brake calipers, and exposed carbon fiber aero pieces turn a GT Super from road car to race intent without touching the engine. Post on camera. Now beside the Gold Wing. Switching gears, literally, to the 2026 Honda Gold Wing. The Gold Wing is an icon of long-distance touring, and Honda's updates for 2026 focus on freshness and refinement rather than radical redesign. The Gold Wing keeps its broad, low-slung silhouette and integrated luggage, but the 2026 lineup adds subtle surface edits and new colorways to modernize the appearance. B-roll. Slow pass showing full bike, panniers, trunk lid. Post voiceover with close-ups of headlight cluster and fairing. Look closely and you'll notice the Gold Wing's front fairing is more streamlined, sharper headlights, cleaner venting, and body panels that tuck in closer to the engine for better aerodynamics. The integrated saddlebags remain a major part of the silhouette, but they're more sculpted, reducing buffet and improving rider comfort. Cut to color swatches overlay for Gold Wing. Post on camera. Color choices on the Gold Wing are about elevated taste and long-term ownership appeal. For 2026, Honda rolled out a small but meaningful color refresh. New metallics and deep finishes that suit touring owners. Everything from a gunmetal black metallic and a deep pearl gray to candy ardent red. Colors that look superb whether you're on an urban boulevard or a coastal highway. B-roll. Gold Wing in matte bullet silver, pearl deep mud gray, candy ardent red. Post voiceover. Because a touring bike spends thousands of miles and sees all kinds of light, Honda chooses paints that hide swirls and keep shine, classic tour colors that age gracefully. Honda also offers limited or anniversary finishes from time to time, richer hues or two-tone accents that make the bike feel special. Shot. Side-by-side split screen, GT Super Sport vs Gold Wing Touring. Post on camera. Quick comparison. Where the GT Super uses sculpted negative space, hard edges, and purposeful aero to telegraph speed and downforce, the Goldwing uses broad surfaces, integrated luggage, and tasteful chrome or paint detailing to telegraph comfort, longevity, and refined presence. One screams performance, the other whispers, "Come ride for a week." B-roll. Detail shots, GT Super diffuser and wing, Goldwing pannier lock and trunk lid. Host, voiceover. Practical styling notes you can call out in a review. Show the ingress points, how the doors or rider access feel. Highlight the wheel-to-arch relationship. Point out functional vents versus purely decorative scoops, and demonstrate how different paints transform perceived surface depth under direct sun versus shadow. Call out box. Design tips for YouTube B-roll. Host, on camera, playful. If you're shooting these vehicles for your own channel, use a polarizing filter on sunny days to control reflections, capture paint under both direct and diffuse light to show depth, and include close-ups of badges and trims. Those tiny details sell the story. Closing, on camera. So that's our exterior and color deep dive. The GT Super is a radical, race-bred halo. Low, wide, very aggressive, and the Goldwing is refined, purposeful touring art, updated for 2026 with modern finishes and subtle cosmetic tweaks. If you want, I can make a follow-up that covers interiors, tech, or sound. Tell me which one you want in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you enjoyed this two-wheeler versus four-wheeler face-off. See you next time. Outro. Logo. Music fade. If you'd like, I can also create a shorter version, a 4-minute voiceover cut, or a punchier TikTok short script.